Do you know the feeling that nothing is going your way? This is the feeling and experience that I woke up with this morning. I could see it was the 1st of November and I reflected back upon my month. And I saw that I wasn't getting any of the results that I planned out to get. Even though I was putting in the work, I experienced so many things that were unexpected. And especially this morning, I could see my mindset going down this negative spiral where I was thinking things like, what if it's not meant for me? What if I will never ever get these results? Why am I even putting in all this work? What if it's better if I just give up and quit? And that's also why I felt inspired to make this video about this experience and about these thoughts, because this is also me real life processing this experience. So this might be a different video than you expect of me. And it might be all over the place, but we'll see where we will end up. When I looked at the last month, I approached it with a lot of positivity, with a very positive mindset. But I could see every single time I fell back into the story that life is against me in some kind of way. And the dangerous thing about this story is that you will seek out situations to affirm the story. This is how the ego works. The ego rather wants to be right and stuck in a prison than to be wrong and free. So it starts to seek out the situations to show you like, see, I told you so, that life is against you. But this story of life being against you can only be true if you've created an ideal in your mind of how life is supposed to be like. Like, this is what life is supposed to be like. And if your reality is not matching up with this ideal, then something is wrong. Something is wrong with you, something is wrong with life. But the thing is, how do you know? How do you know that this is what life is supposed to be like? That this is right and this is wrong? Because it's very easy. Life can indeed be difficult. You can go through challenges and through hardship. But how do you know that this is wrong? It's easy when you experience something like this to start doubting yourself, that you're on the wrong path, that you need to change something, that you're out of alignment, because this is what happens when you start analyzing it. But what if this is exactly what you're meant to experience? What if you're exactly where you're supposed to be? That you are on the right path, even though you experience these challenging feelings and emotions? Because what I often experience when I experience these feelings, I start analyzing them. I get angry. I start to run even harder. I start to resist it. I start to resist this experience. And the resistance is the thing that creates the suffering, that creates the feeling of being stuck. Because it's not our experience of life that is creating our experience. It's the experience that we have about our experience. It's how we relate to our experience of life that is creating the experience of life. If that makes sense. It's our relationship to it. Because I believe also life consists of seasons. Sometimes it's a rainy day. Sometimes it's a sunny day. Sometimes it's windy. Sometimes it's cloudy. Sometimes the weather app tells me that it's going to be a sunny day, and then I'm out on my bicycle and it starts raining. Like, these things are part of life. The uncertainty, the unexpected things. So life is going through big seasons, and at the same time also through small seasons, as in the weather of the day. And there is no right and wrong here. There are just the seasons of life. There are sunny days and there are rainy days. There's the summer and there's the winter. There are the negative experiences that you have, and there are all the positive experiences. There are all the setbacks and all the wins. It's all part of the journey. But again, it's in our resistance that we are creating the suffering. And we start to hold life very tensely, with a lot of tension. We start to take, and I'm so good at this, by the way, I start to take my feelings way too serious. Immediately when I experience these negative things, I'm thinking that something is wrong, that I'm out of alignment, that I need to change something, that I need to change my path. Why? Why is something wrong when I'm experiencing these negative feelings? It's like It's like a water hose. You're holding a water hose and you're watering your garden. And the way you hold this water hose, you can't hold it loosely, too loosely, because it starts to spray all over the place. So you need to hold it with a little bit of tension. And this is the tension. I see it as you have to take life a bit serious. But when I'm experiencing a negative emotion like that, I start to squeeze this water hose like crazy. So hard that the water is not even coming out anymore. And then I get angry because the water is not coming out anymore. Because I feel stuck. And I see the water that's coming out, that's the flow of life. And me all being tense and taking it so serious and me squeezing that motherfucker, that's me resisting the experience of life. Resisting the flow of life because I don't like this feeling. But this feeling is here for me. It's meant to show me something. It's here with a purpose. Life is happening for me. And sometimes I don't know. I don't know why this is happening. But I want to live from a place of trust. I want to trust that this is happening for me for a reason that I might not understand that I might not understand yet. And I don't need to know the answer in this exact moment. That's me taking life so serious. So just imagine if you experience these feelings that you loosen up the grip a little bit. What if you would take life less serious? What would that feel like? What if you would loosen up the grip and allow it to flow? Because the only way is through. You have to go through an experience. Like I want to always come back to my core. Like I have chosen this path. I have chosen this direction. And on this direction, I will experience all the seasons of life. They're all part of it. I might not like all of them, but it doesn't mean that I have to resist all of them. Because they are there to serve a purpose. And if I trust that they are there for me, that's the moment I can surrender to it. And I can loosen up the grip. Loosen up the grip, take it more serious, and allow the water to flow through. And yes, I might be repeating myself in this moment, but I need to remind myself. I need to remind myself of loads of things. And I think in life, we don't need all this new information, these magical new insights. I think the most important thing in life is that we remind ourselves of these things. And that's also why I'm making this video. This video is not just for you, but this video is for me to remind myself that these are all seasons of life, that I'm here to surrender, to trust the process. Because whenever I experience these things, I'm not going to find my answers in the practical. Like, yes, I'm going to continue walking my path. I'm going to continue putting the work. Maybe I make some adjustments here and there. But the biggest part is, who am I being in this process? And that's where my recommendation is to loosen up the grip so you can water all the beautiful plants in your garden. And you will see and you will feel a difference when you feel into this question. What would it look like? What would it feel like if you would take life less serious and all these feelings that you're experiencing? Because there's nothing wrong with you. I think this is so important. There's nothing wrong with your life. There's nothing wrong with you. You are not supposed to be in a different place or something. You are exactly where you need to be, regardless of the feeling and experience that you are having. So I hope that you maybe could find some answers in this story, in this video, and be just randomly processing these thoughts. And maybe you could find some peace as well in this. And if you did, that would be amazing, because that's how this feeling that I'm experiencing this morning, then it already served some kind of purpose. So I hope you got some value out of it. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, because these mental health topics are so important in my life. This is one of the main things that I'm focusing on, like also understanding, but shifting my whole experience of life, because this allows me to create so differently in this world, from such a more loose place, from a more fun place, from a more playful place, instead of taking life so serious. So yeah, let me know what you think. Leave a like, subscribe, do all these things, and I'll see you in the next one.